doing? Down. Down. Get down. Get down.
Oh, yes. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the weekend. Welcome to the Aired Out podcast. Welcome to Friday morning. Fly in the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out podcast. Streamed everywhere you get your podcasts. And on the web at airedoutvt.com. I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Wait till you see this new webpage that's being built right now from Woodland Studios. I cannot wait to share it with you. Birthdays today. Quinn Tomashow. I don't even know how old she is. I don't know if I want to know. But
It's a girl?
Quinn.
Because one of the fighters is a Quinn.
No. Quinn Tomashow is the last time I saw her, she was performing up on stage at the Tunbridge Fair for the Colgate Country Showdown, and she was like 10.
You know what I
It
heard?
was a million years
My
ago.
daughter told me that there's like a young kid that's from Vermont that's a country star now. He's like super big.
Well, there's a couple of them.
No. He's like Luke Bryant big or something.
All right.
Big name. What's his name? Noah?
Oh,
Nolan?
yeah. Yeah.
Nolan,
Yeah,
Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we get him on here?
I've already reached out.
And gave up?
I didn't even get a response.
Oh, do you want me to get his personal cell number? Track his ass down?
Would you?
Of course I would. You want me to go? I'll knock on his door.
Oh, yeah, of course
If
you
he's in Vermont, I could find him.
We have Keith Stern on the list today. Tina
Sounds like a Stern guy.
Kabalka. Boy, these names.
Take the marbles out of your mouth.
I know, I'm trying, buddy. Nicole Merchant.
That was an easy one.
Wanda Carroll.
Yep.
Darren Silly.
That's just silly.
Well, it's with a C. Let's see. Sarah Hicks. Happy birthday to you. That's everyone. You know, I just.
You know whose birthday it isn't? Mine.
When is your birthday?
September 30th,
Oh, okay.
1973 is the last one I had.
So we got a ways to go.
We do.
You know, I would be a little sharper, and I'd have a little easier time getting the marbles out of my mouth if you'd bring me a coffee. I want to say thanks for not bringing me a coffee this morning.
JD, tell them why you didn't get a coffee today. Because I'm trying to help you get healthier because we need you around. And JD has decided
What does that have to do with coffee?
Well, because there's a ton of sugar in coffee, and you don't need to start your day with any type of sugar.
All right. Big Kenny came in here yesterday.
Yeah, brought you a big sugary coffee, didn't he? You know why? Because Big Kenny doesn't want to die alone. He wants to take people with him. Big Kenny, when I get with Big Kenny, he wants to get meth and hookers and go out with a bang. I don't want to do that. Same reason he bought you a big sugary coffee. He's like, I'm taking JD with me, baby.
You know what he brought me? He brought me a...
The remainder of his finger.
Jesus, this is not going to go well. He also brought me a big cinnamon bun.
Of course he did. The dude is fucking got diabetes and everything else, and there he is drinking sugar and coffee. You sons of bitches.
I mean, I didn't eat the cinnamon bun.
So just like
he
you,
just brought it to me.
your
I just thought that was a
your
loving
kryptonite is a
gesture.
Cinnabon.
It was a loving
sugar.
gesture, unlike what you do. You come in here nothing for me.
Mine's a big old chunk of meth and 2 hookers. See, all have vices.
And he brought me he brought me a puppy yesterday.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes, I've seen his puppies.
And you're coming in here today with a puppy.
No, it's not a puppy. She's full grown.
Show
Say hi.
everyone Athena.
Say hi. Look
Oh
in the
my
camera,
God.
baby. Look in the camera. Give me kisses.
How old is Athena?
A year.
Okay, and that's what are we talking? 2.5 pounds?
She's 3.2 pounds
All right.
with her jacket on.
Listen, please, no disrespect to Athena, with the tongue curling up like that and everything. But Kenny's dog was.
Could eat that dog.
I'm sorry, was just so much cuter, bud.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry.
Fuck out of here.
I'm sorry.
It's one of them corgi pub. Oh no, what is it? Basset
Hound.
Busugs.
Yeah, Busugs.
Busugs, I think.
A Basset Hound pug.
Pug. Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that Kenny's listening this morning because I'm going to regret saying this. I know I'm going to regret saying this, but I'm going to.
Kenny's not in better shape than me. How can you be in better shape? You're
Who's
missing
saying
all
that?
them limbs.
Who's saying that?
Kenny?
Oh. You know what Julie told me?
What?
She took the leg off one day and threw it across the room at him.
Wow. You know.
I said, did you connect?
Want to hear a funny story?
She said
about
it
the
weighs
Army?
like 30, 40 pounds.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. They're chunky, solid.
I have to tell you something that I'm going to regret saying, but go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I'll tell you a story about a prosthetic leg. So I was in Panama, the country that we're getting ready to invade and take over there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was down there and there was this old girl and we were all in the club. There was a bunch of young soldiers were all in the club and everything. Down at I think it was the Hyatt or the Hilton down there by the ocean. And I just remember this old girl, we were laughing at her because she was pretty drunk. And she's like, I have enough money to bring all you boys home. And I start laughing. And so I go over to the Sergeant Major's driver and I was like, hey, man, because he was kind of a knucklehead. I was like, that lady over there is willing to pay one of us young guys to go home and take care of her. And he's like, oh, I'm on it. So he goes over and he starts dancing with her and stuff like that. And she was really drunk and belligerent. And she like tried to, I said something, I don't remember. I was being sarcastic and she didn't like it. And so she like tried to take
Wait a second. You said something that somebody
I did.
didn't like?
I was making a funny and she didn't find it funny.
Somebody didn't like something you said?
So she takes a swing at me and I was like, and she like, I moved and she like almost fell over. It's kind of weird. I was like, what the hell? Is she that drunk? So lo and behold, he leaves with her. He's like, hey, baby, it's okay. I'll take care of you. So he hops in the taxi. He leaves with her. The next morning, we're all in the barracks. He tries to sneak into the barracks. And we're all like, oh, hell no. You got to tell us that you brought that old lady home. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. We're like, yeah, you do, and you are. And so he goes up. We're like, how much money did you make? He goes, I didn't make nothing, and that's not even the worst of it. I was like, so we're laughing because he goes, we were doing the nasty, and he goes, I noticed when I got up out of the bed, he goes, I tripped over her leg. He didn't realize she had a prosthetic leg. He was so drunk. And so then she kicked him out of the room and made him get his own taxi back to bed. And the joke was, I'd have stole her fucking leg. I'd have brought, because in the barracks they hang like panties and bra. I'd have had a leg hanging in my room. So that was my funny story about that.
55 degrees later today and sunshine. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I'm going to break my motorcycle out.
Sap running weather. The Sugars, like I said yesterday, are just going to be in their glory. Sunny to start, afternoon clouds, but again, 55 later today. 36 tonight. Is this not a perfect forecast for sap runs? 36, partly cloudy. Tomorrow?
I know nothing about it. I buy my sap in the grocery store. Actually, I don't. I buy it at the local one because I don't like the Mrs. Butterworth. I get the
sap? Have you been doing dabs this morning?
Every morning.
It's called maple syrup.
Dab.
Saturday. 61.
I hear you're a sap.
61 degrees, Rex, on Saturday. 61.
What's next week supposed to be nice?
God.
We're in spring, baby.
Whoa.
We're full mode spring.
Oh, yeah,
right
we
now.
are. Look at this. Sunday gets better. 63 and rain. And like I said yesterday with Kenny, did you even bother to go back and listen to Kenny and I?
I was harassing you fools.
We were talking about the rain and how good that is.
Like
to
you
wash
know
off
like you know Donnybrook so well. You don't even know how many shows we have. I
Fucking
think
guy.
he has 2 shows. I've been to 4 this
That
year,
was
but I
Kenny.
think he has 2.
That was Kenny.
He goes to every single one of my shows.
Yeah, but that was his. That was his miss.
And he's in better shape than me.
And he
At
thinks
least I remember we have 4 shows a year.
Yeah, he's in better shape than you, and he does 2 shows. or you guys do 2 shows. Yeah.
The last show he wasn't in great shape. I can tell you that. When Julie carried him out of there.
The news that the rain showers are coming in on Sunday, it's supposed to be really just good,
do you know
rain.
what's going on Sunday?
Gusty winds over 40 miles an hour, going to clean up the roads for the motorcycles. That's fantastic.
I'll let you go before I talk about what's happening Sunday here in Barre, Vermont.
Can I just say, we have, my God, so much to talk about. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much to talk about this
Yeah.
morning. Before we even...
I had to take a huge dab just to calm myself down because I was so super excited.
There's a ton of information. That's, my God, it's like, listen.
So everybody watched the podcast. They watched me last night. I went live to make the huge announcement. Yeah. And that huge announcement was tune into Aired Up, and I'm going to make a huge announcement.
Oh, my God. Can I just say, if you wanted, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, pick up a copy of the World newspaper, thumb through it. You're going to find something going on.
Absolutely.
It is cram-packed with stuff that's happening. Okay? Want to say that. Also want to say, yesterday I spoke with the amazing people over at the Veterans Place in Northfield.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Perfect.
And they are trying to organize Good Morning Cindy. Cindy's with us. Breyer.
Oh, Cindy Holmes. Yes.
Yeah. No.
Cindy Breyer.
Breyer.
Yeah.
So anyway, talking to the Veterans Place, they want to do a bottle drive on Green Up Day.
Okay, perfect.
They're going to do one in Northfield, but they want to do several at the same time. So they're looking for some locations. And I am going to try I'm already trying.
Do a lot of people understand what the Veterans House does?
The Veterans Place in Northfield.
The Veterans Place,
and there are several. There's one over in Bradford, too.
Yeah.
There's several, man.
But it's for veterans that are struggling. It's for veterans that don't have a place to go.
Yeah.
I actually had one of my old platoon sergeants, Sergeant First Class Richards. It was sad to see him in that place because that guy was a legit
badass
motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
He was in Grenada. He was part of so there's special operations guys. You could get like your 82nd guys that get into the different kind of recon sniping. They could be attached to a special operations, but then there's special forces soldiers, the actual long tab wearers. Those dudes are studs. You're talking 2 years of schooling before you ever even get onto a team or go down range or anything like that. And so to see someone, and a lot of people don't understand that, like they don't get what those medals, those tags are. I 100% understand them tags. So I know what that guy did to get those things.
Well, I had a nice talk with the Veterans Place yesterday in Northfield, and again, they're going to try to do this bottle drive on Green Up Day in multiple locations. So
how do we help? What do we got to do? How do we help?
I'm trying very hard to secure a location right here in Barre, like stone's throw from where I am right now.
Perfect.
Okay. I don't want to say exactly.
Put him on the spot right now.
Well, I don't want to say exactly where it is.
Dick.
I'm just waiting for the official green light for the Barre location for this on Green Up Day, and the second that I find out, I'm gonna let everyone know about it. But we would need folks to to also help out with trailers and stuff to get all these cans and bottles and stuff.
Yeah, so I know a couple people that are out there because obviously everybody's going to come. You're talking about a drop off for bottles and cans. They're going to come up and they need a trailer, or a truck or a box truck or something like that. So.
On Green Up Day.
Yeah, if you're listening, you know who's
the
one of
Veterans Place.
Yep. One of the great guys is Mr. Clark up there, the U-Haul rental place. Is it Ryder or U-Haul? Up by the airport.
Okay.
Mr. Clark, we rent from him every single time to move our cage and stuff.
Okay.
He's one guy. You have Heather Grant. She's another one that has those big trailers. And then Tiny's Trash. I'm sure they're all great people. Would love to help out the Veterans House for a day. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah.
You can't get any better juju than that. Just volunteering your time for a day.
All right. I'm on it.
Perfect. Get on it.
I got on it yesterday, but hopefully I'm going to make more.
Hey, I really
progress.
like your hat, man.
You like that? I got it.
Yeah.
You know where I got it?
No.
Bobby Bartlett gave me this hat.
You know what? I wish
don't start with Bobby.
Oh, son of a bitch. I wish I had gone to Bobby and got my insurance. Because Monday, hey, what happened Monday? What happened Monday when I wasn't here? What did you do? You reported an accident, didn't you? Where?
I hope Bobby's listening right now.
Where was that accident? Down there in like Putney or something?
Where was that? Just Route 100, or 103 rather. Route 103, just below the 100 interchange.
So that was one of my guys.
What the hell's the name of that town?
Putney.
No, it's not.
So.
That's not Putney.
Poultry, Putney.
Poultry.
I don't know what the hell it is.
This is not right.
Pittsfield.
That's
what it was. So, yeah, that happened to be one of my guys.
Oh, God.
So he was on his way to work from Rutland. He drives up from Rutland. His truck had broke down, so I let him use one of my other trucks.
Oh.
It had a clunk in the front end. I told him, we sent it to the mechanic, said, hey, man, something. It's either a CV joint tie rod. Well, the guy changed one tie rod. He goes, yep, that tie rod was bad. That was 2 weeks ago. And poor Maverick was driving down the road about 50 miles an hour. The second tie rod went, sent him across, smashed, totaled the whole truck. He calls me crying because, he used my truck. And I was like, don't worry about it, man. I'm going to call the insurance company.
Oh.
And that's when I found out my policy had canceled the Thursday before.
Bus.
Oh, yeah. I had no insurance on that truck. So, lesson learned, I would get those little automated messages from Geico, and of course I ignore them because I set everything up on auto pay, so I just ignore everything.
Yeah.
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
So, of course, they notice it. So, but the difference is, this is why having like Geico, Progressive, yeah, they're cheap, they're quick and easy.
Yeah.
But nobody's calling me. They're like, hey, Rex, this is Bobby. I just want to give you a reminder. I don't know if you're still out driving your truck around, but there's no insurance on it right now.
That's what
and I
Bobby
just wanted
would
to make
do.
sure that you knew that before something happened. And that's the nice thing about having a local person as an insurance versus, because here I am now. I owe $12,000 on a wrecked truck. I have one of my guys that work for me. He's hurt right now. So, lesson learned there, baby.
You know what? You know what Bobby's thinking?
How was your Monday?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. And yeah, I did report on that accident, but I didn't know it was your rig. Wow.
Oh yeah.
You know what Bobby's thinking right now? He wouldn't say it because he's a professional guy, but he's thinking, Rex, you ass.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why did God? Just get your insurance with Bobby. By the way, if you call Bobby,
I know, and it wasn't even any more expensive. It's just
if you call Bobby today, if you call Bobby any day this month for the rest of March, and you ask for a quote for anything, life insurance,
we're getting cookies,
car insurance, and home insurance, anything, he'll give you a box of Girl Scout cookies.
So for the people that are watching this right now that are fans of JD, please go get a quote. because whatever cookies are left over, Bobby's going to give to JD, and look at him. JD does not need sugar cookies. We are all going to collectively together save JD's life so that JD can walk down the aisle of his daughter's when she gets married.
I'm so glad that Shirley is just now tuning in and missing all of this. I'll give you everything you need to know about Bobby Bartlett here, all right? And no strings attached at all. Right here. I'm going to give his phone number. You can call Nicole or Lisa or Tiffany or Malaya or Jessica. They've got it all for you. All right, here we go. Right here. I'm posting it right now in the comments. 479-3353. Right there, okay? Give him a call. Tell him you heard Rex and I on Aired Out. He's going to give you a couple of boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Why did we? Why is it significant that Cindy's on here? Let's talk about that for just a second.
Bikers for Beth.
Absolutely,
It's
my
coming
cousin
up.
Eddie. He's the Sanborn family's gone through a ton when it comes to cancer. They just lost a nephew. They lost a brother, uncle. Just it's crazy. So cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. I'll put money in that jar for that.
Will you?
Absolutely. So make sure, even if you don't have a motorcycle, you can still donate. You can still, there's lots of things that you could do. You could still go to the party down there, but there's lots of ways. You could volunteer to help. You could be a road guard. You could set up. You know, there's lots of things, man. It's a great time anyway.
Cindy, you with us? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, look we got Cindy with us right now.
Hey.
What'd I tell you about getting on the phone
Yeah.
while I'm on here?
I know.
It's a good cause, Rex. It's a good cause.
It's a good cause.
Yeah, it is. Cindy, I know you guys are going to get in here in the studio, but tell us what the hell's going on here. This is year number what now? I've lost track. Is it 17?
17. Yes,
Okay.
17.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be having the annual ride on May 18th. We'll have the kickoff party on the 17th.
All
And Ed Sanborn's a recipient this year.
Yeah.
And Rex, thank you so much for all these plugs. I appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we have good things happening. We've got Shane McGrath kicking off our kickoff party from 5 to 8 at Gusto's.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Is
then
that the
we have
night
Train
before?
Wreck.
Trainwreck's
is.
playing.
Yes.
Yeah, the night
Train
before.
Wreck is
Jiminy
playing on
cricket.
Sunday.
What,
Yep.
you're not
Yep.
going to be there, Rex?
I don't know if I could do 2 days.
Cindy, have you ever seen Rex?
She's seen me on a couple days.
Have you ever seen Rex after a shot or two or three of Jameson
Or
and
10.
his dance moves?
No.
Oh,
you must
my
come out and show us.
There's an exercise DVD.
I love to dance.
There's an exercise DVD.
You think you're
that
making
can
fun of
get.
me? I love to dance. How do you think I met my wife? I'm a good
Okay,
dancer.
Oh my God, Cindy, is there anything else just to wet the whistle here and give a heads up to anyone that we need to know about Bikers for Beth, other than it's the third Sunday of May, the 18th.
It is. Yeah, we're keeping the same route as usual. It's very, very good for beginners, longtime riders, and we welcome them all. I mean, we'll set you where you need to be in the pack, and yeah, everybody's so inviting. So don't hesitate if you're a new rider. Come on out. And you don't have to ride to come to the event. So if you want to just do the barbecue, pop in after, like around 2:00 when dinner starts, and just get involved in the silent auction and the live auctions, and yeah, and have a good time. It's a good cause. It's a great time to come out. Hoping for good weather.
Will Travis Payette be the first person to arrive in the parking lot that morning?
No, he'll be the first bike probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I should have said that first motorcycle.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Hey,
More than likely. I
thank-
can't. Yes.
Thank you for hopping on with us, Cindy.
Yes, anytime.
See,
Thank you for
yeah,
reaching out.
we didn't even plan this. I just called her, and she's like, yeah. And she answered.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, if I ever call you between 9 and 10 in the morning, you're going to be live, Cindy.
Okay, that's okay. Anytime.
All right. Stay warm
All right.
down there. I can't believe she's down. Where is she? In the Carolinas or something like that? That's crazy.
Oh, good for her.
Damn it.
I know.
Why can't I go? You have a huge announcement to make about the Battle in Barre 16.
Yeah, no, but let's continue on first before all that.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's happening this weekend in Barre.
Go.
Okay. So this weekend, next weekend, there's stuff going on. The sun is coming out. It's starting to be spring. So for those of you that, I don't know, may not be old enough or whatnot, but probably this is like an old person's podcast. So most of you are old enough to remember.
Fuck you.
Some of my, we'll handle that in the cage. So some of my best memories as a child was going to the Barre Auditorium with my grandfather. My grandfather was the biggest wrestling fan.
Yep.
You could not convince that man that it was not real.
You've told me about him.
They would hit and he would look right at me. He goes, "Can't fake that." Because I wrestled and I did judo, and I was like, "Grandpa, it's not real." And they would fly off the top ring. He goes, "Pretty hard to fake that fall." So I just didn't argue. I just love spending time with my grandfather. And so my grandfather, we got to go to the Barre Auditorium. I think we saw Andre the Giant.
Oh,
I saw
my
that.
God.
I think he actually almost knocked himself out. He coming up over. He was so tall. He came running up the stairs and whacked himself.
Where did you see Andre the Giant?
He was at the Barre Auditorium.
Would you stop it?
Dead serious. He was there.
When?
The Iron Sheik was there.
In
then
the 80s?
most recently,
Is this 80s? It's got to be.
it had to be. I was little. I was a little duffer. He was huge.
Holy
All of them
shit.
guys. I think it might have been Hacksaw Jim Duggan was up here.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, they used to do the circuit up here, the big names. And then I went and I saw, who was the they were the two big, they were enormous black dudes, and they were a tag team. But they were up here, and they were part of AEW, I think, at the time. So, but with that said, this weekend, if you have never been to the Elks for the professional wrestling with Adam Lash, it's Green Mountain Wrestling. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this.
In the Flying Ants.
No. This is this Sunday at the Barre Elks. The doors open at 1 p.m. The matches start at 2. The front row's already sold out, but the tickets are only $15, $5 for kids on a Sunday. They've got 8 huge matches, including a street fight with the Cold Hard Truth, Johnny Pierce, versus the last Street Fighter, B.A. Tatum. Plus, they got a ton of women's action, wrestling action, and Jesse Nolan's going to take on Zenith. Okay? So what we're going to do, because we're trying to help, we want to see this local promotion succeed. We really, really do. And they're good people. And they're bringing something for the community. They're giving to the community. They're bringing something here.
Yes.
So what we're going to offer is, if you go to their show Sunday, keep your receipt. Whether you buy it online or you get a ticket stub, you keep your receipt. You bring that receipt next Saturday to the Barre Auditorium. We're going to give you 50% off general admission tickets.
For the Battle in Barre 16.
For the Battle in Barre 16, one of the biggest shows of the year right now. So far.
50%.
50% off. You'll be able to buy a ticket at the door for $25.
Dude.
By going and supporting the local wrestling people. You get in there for $15. So for less than the cost of a general admission ticket of $50 right now, cost you $15 for that, $25 for the Donnybrook. You'll get it all.
What the hell's going on with Patty O'Neill? She's saying, "What's the damn promotion?" Is she not listening to what you're saying right now?
I'm gonna give you go to the wrestling Sunday. Once again, let me. I'll go slower. Patty.
Patty, listen.
Go to the wrestling match this Sunday at the Barre Elks Club. 1 p.m. doors open, 2 p.m. it starts. Keep your receipt. It costs you $15 to go watch this show. They are so much fun. They're a blast.
Please slow down a little bit. It's not even 10 o'clock for Patty.
Oh, she wants to know about my big announcement because she was one of the people that got pissed off about the live I did last night.
Oh,
about
Patty did?
Yeah, about the huge announcement to come onto here.
Oh.
So she had to get up early.
All right.
So she had to get up early to find out that's what she's talking about.
Early.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Some
All
people, this is early.
All right.
So
Here we go.
yeah. That's one of the big announcements. And so the other way that we want to help promote Adam Lash and the Green Mountain Wrestling is we're going to help them build up. We want to start seeing them being able to get these big names in all the time. We want to see them start doing their shows at the Barre Auditorium. We want to bring things so that we need to start bringing shows and stuff like that to our little city so we have stuff to do right here.
Yes.
So this is so exciting. This just makes me super giddy, brings me back to the memories as a little kid and stuff like that. So we've been talking with Adam. Adam is coming to our show. This is our halftime show is gonna feature the Colony. So the Colony is the Flying Ants. And what we're going to do is a tornado tag team match.
Stop it.
Inside of the cage, we have the Colony coming. They are going to be at the weigh-ins. They're going to do the face-offs with all the fighters. But the halftime show is going to be this crazy tag team fight.
In a cage?
In the cage, man. How much fun is that going to be?
Oh, my God.
Bro, so our fans are going to get... So... The professional wrestling fans are going to get to see what professional MMA is. Our professional MMA fighters and fans are going to get to see what the professional wrestlers are doing. And we're all one big, huge community, just two promoters, just two local businesses trying to help each other, promote each other, and help each other grow.
This is amazing, buddy.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the Flying Ants. They got like masks on and they do acrobats and acrobatic shit. Dude, I'm giddy about that. That's even the fighters. The fighters are like, fuck yeah. They're so excited to watch the tag team match at the halftime show.
I should talk with Adam and see if he needs another Flying Ant.
I think your wings got clipped a long time ago, my man. I'm going to be there. I'm going to go over. I'm going to talk to Adam there Sunday. I'll be there for a little bit. I don't think I can make the match because my son has his playoff games, basketball. So
yeah,
he plays for Yipe Stripes, the Yipes team. My son does.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's
no,
he
he's
do?
friends with Brock and all them guys.
Really?
Yeah. My boy. My boy's a good kid. He's nothing like me.
Speaking of basketball, can we just talk about basketball for a little bit?
The Coyotes?
The Coyotes are coming in the fall.
Okay.
They're in the fall, and
All right.
that's going to be huge. Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Huge. The Essex girls
Yeah.
had a nice win last night. Rice at the Gutterson
I like
Fieldhouse.
rice.
Boy.
Dude, I eat chicken and rice all the time. I beef and rice. I love it.
23-0 on the season. Rice's had another win last night.
Oh,
Gutter-
that kind of rice.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the white rice.
No. This school, Rice.
Hey, did you pull up that picture? Okay, go ahead.
Oxbow in Windsor tomorrow at the auditorium, which is going to be just electric. Lady Cats at Albany at 5 o'clock, and that's going to be a ticket punched to the NCAA tournament. But 12 noon tomorrow, Division 4, West Rutland and Long Trail.
Vegas.
That's going to be a damn good game, man.
I don't follow hockey.
West Rutland and Long Trail at the auditorium tomorrow. Again, 12 noon.
Long Trail, isn't that where all them illegal immigrants keep sneaking across and stealing our jobs?
3:45 is North Country and Fairhaven. And then 7:30, the Division 3 championship will be Oxbow and Windsor. This is it for the ladies. This is the last time that they're going to be playing basketball, and it's tomorrow at the auditorium. It's going to be amazing.
Nice.
Now you got G making fun of you. When is G going to come in here and sit down next to you and share a microphone?
You guys already catfished me once with the yacht thing. I'm not doing that again. Turned me gay. All turned out to be a catfish. He don't even have that. What if I had really done that, JD, and then found out he didn't have the boat?
He's got a boat.
Yeah, but it ain't the yacht you showed me.
It's a 13-foot kayak.
You fool.
You bit the hook on that, buddy. Like hook, line, and sinker. You see the comments coming in this morning?
Hey,
oh my God.
Go to the Granite City page there.
Okay.
And I want you to pull up and post that on the screen there.
All right.
For Dustin.
All right. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, no problem.
Granite City MMA?
Yeah, go to Granite City MMA.
Okay.
I want to explain this program that they have up there.
Oh, yeah. I saw this.
Okay.
Let's all welcome our newest future fighter, Dustin. This young man came to Granite City MMA for our beginner class. After showing his drive and dedication, Lucas entered Dustin into our Granite City scholarship program, and I'll let you talk about it. But here, let me show Dustin here.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's on the screen right now.
Awesome. Okay. So, a couple weeks ago, everybody, you heard me talking about the kids in our class and how we raise money. First of all, huge shout out to Kidder's Interior, John Kidder, Patrick Lucy, Tim Ward. There's an anonymous person. They've asked to stay anonymous. There's actually a few anonymous people, but they are the ones that fund the scholarship program at Granite City MMA. Okay. Granite City MMA is not a nonprofit. We don't get, Lucas doesn't get grants. He doesn't get any of that stuff. So it's either people like me volunteering my time, and then private citizens funding these kids. So Dustin came in, and Dustin, bro, I can't even tell you how excited this kid was. So his parents, they would bring him in, and he would come to the beginner's class, but then he would hang out and watch the jiu-jitsu class. The advanced classes are expensive. I'm not going to lie, because they're geared towards people that want to, advance in that particular art or move on, to become a fighter. So in order to do that, it's advanced teaching. It's like going to college,
Right.
High school's free, college costs money.
Sure.
So with that said, he came, he would come, he was really engaged. And so I pulled him to the side, and I was like, that's why we raise money. We try to raise money, anything we can do to raise money for these kids so we can keep these programs, because there's so many kids out there that are getting left behind because, maybe mom and dad aren't well off and can't. So those kids need it the most. They're the ones that mom and dad are working all the time.
Yeah.
Mom and dad aren't there.
Yeah.
So who's raising them? Their friends, their teachers. They're the ones influencing them. So we specifically, those are the kids that are that get these scholarships. Those are the ones that need it the most. They really do. And our thinking is every one of those kids that we take in and we, how do you say it? We get them addicted to the gym culture. We mold them instead of having their friends mold them and them try to mold themselves on the street or at parties, because kids just want to fit in. They want to belong to a tribe. You know what I mean? And so if that tribe is snorting opioids, smoking crack, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, they're going to do what their tribe does.
That's what they're going to do, yeah.
If their tribe is working out, nutrition, learning a skill, a martial art, then that's what they're going to do. Like that old saying, he's like, how does that saying go? If there's four millionaires in a group, hang out with them, you'll be the fifth one, or whatever. I don't remember the exact saying, but that's so we took him in, and I told him, and I said, Mom has to pay for the beginners class. They have to come up with there's an agreement. So you don't just get this scholarship and then they're like, oh, use it or don't. Absolutely not. We have so many kids that want to take advantage of that scholarship, but we have limited funds. So there's requirements. Number one requirement, the parents are required to pay only the beginner's fees. So your beginner's class, because it's $250 a month to do all the classes. Yep. The second requirement is mom and dad have to get that kid every day to class. That kid is now required. He comes to after school. He comes to help Sophie. He's going to be there at 4 o'clock to help Sophia Hayes with the little kids. That's his part. That's his contribution to his training, to his scholarship. That's him putting in effort. So he's gonna learn how to teach these little kids. He's gonna learn how to help Sophia Hayes. Then he goes on to the beginners class. Then he goes on. So basically, he's staying at the gym from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and then his parents come get him. We've taken him under the wing, and he does that at least 5 days a week for right now. If school or something like that comes in, he's like, hey, I can't. He needs to send a message and say he can't just blow it off. So there are requirements, because if you do this and you just give it to people, they come when they want to. They don't. And we have like 10 other kids standing in line that are salivating. This kid's like, I would leave here every day and I'd go home and I'd shadow box, but I don't have a punching bag. I don't have anybody to practice with. He was so excited when we brought him in there. Really? He stayed for the advanced class. I sparred with him afterwards. He was just so excited to get punched in the face. I've never seen a kid just all of it. I just so happy. Like, he's ready to live in the gym.
Is he coming to the battle in Barre?
Of course.
Okay.
All of our kids.
I would love to meet him.
Yeah.
I would be so honored. That's so cool, Rex. I love stories like that.
Dude, I have so much fun. I am so invested into them kids and shit up there.
One more, throw for the folks that may have missed it. Throw some love at who it is that's supporting Dustin again. These businesses. Kidder's Interior. I use them all the time for sheetrocking, painting, stuff like that. They're really good at that stuff. Especially architectural stuff, like your rounded edges. They specialize in that kind of stuff with sheetrocking and all that good stuff. Okay.
Tim Ward out of Chelsea, Ward Excavation. That guy has donated so much to these programs. It's not even funny, man. Patrick Lucy, just one of the guys, a lot of these people donate because they remember growing up poor. They remember it was only the rich kids with the Camaros and rich that were able to afford karate and stuff like that, So providing it only for the upper class really does nothing. Mm-hmm. They already have advantages in life. I don't want to say privileges, but they already have those advantages that some of us don't have. So if we can help them avoid, we have so many problems. When you grow up poor, you have so much stuff you have to deal with. And if we can help you avoid the whole drug scene and stuff like that. I wish someone had done that I mean, I did do that here and there, but we didn't have structured. I don't know. They used to come and go. It wasn't. There wasn't enough support to keep them. I mean, and kudos to someone like Freddie LePan. Freddie LePan's been around here for 20, 30 years, man. That is a tough business to be open for that long. And so, kudos to people like that have been able to support and sustain a martial arts studio.
Tell me about the Hayes girl.
Oh, Jiminy! Did you see So put the pictures up. Go to my.
I did. I had them up there. I'll pull them up again.
Okay, pull up those pictures. This is awesome.
On Granite City MMA.
No, my personal page.
Your personal page.
Yeah,
right.
Go to my personal page.
Okay.
Check this out. These little girls. This is awesome. Giroux Transport. It's his little girls.
Well, can I just give a plug for Giroux?
I just did, I thought.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're one of my presenting sponsors and have been for a long time. Is it the here they are right here. All right, I got it. Hold on. Here we go. What are you reading comments?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, you got it up there? I'm looking to see for the picture when it comes up.
Yeah, there's a little delay, but you'll see it right there.
Perfect.
All right.
So, is it up there?
Yeah, it's up there right
All right, awesome. So these little girls you can switch through. So these are the little Haynes girls. And we made like this throw. This is a very common throw. It's one of the first throws that anybody in judo learns. It's Osoto Gari. And this was just a simple adjustment on entry. And so what it was instead of entering at kind of a 45 degree or straight on, because people can just put their frames out and stop you, we did a side step, and that simple adjustment had them little girls smashing each other.
Do you see it on your monitor?
Absolutely, with the nicest throws. They really did.
I'm not kidding. Sherilyn actually did that to me one time in Price Chopper.
I heard that because you grabbed her hair.
I pulled her hair.
You pulled her hair, being a little smartass.
She had a ponytail, and I ran up behind her and yanked it so hard her head swung back. She ran and caught up to me. We got into a scuffle in aisle 5, and she did this.
Clean up on aisle 5, JD Green.
I was like, babe, seriously, you need to stop. That hurts. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Help.
So.
Help.
Let's go back to why you're forced to be a nice guy. Because all you have is, please stop.
Please stop. I was only kidding.
Yeah, that's what you got, man.
Yeah, these girls are badasses. By the way, not only are they badasses, but so are their parents. I mean, Tracy and Bill, great people.
Yeah, they've done a ton for Lucas up at the gym. Also, they've donated time, money, and stuff like that. Just so that their kids have a place to train and stuff like that. So the way that our programs, so for example, tonight at 6:00, if you want to learn that throw, I teach Japanese jiu-jitsu. I'm a black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. So on Friday nights at 6:00, that's a class that I do personally. And that is a heavy focus on throws, foot sweeps, and wrist locks.
Okay.
So our self-defense class has your basic fundamentals of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually is a self-defense art to start with. So that's where you learn all your frames. That's where you learn all that stuff. Okay. Then you go into your advanced class. That's when you start learning advanced techniques, your leg locks, your all sorts of advanced stuff like that. But then also Will White puts on a fundamental class. That's for like all your blue belts, your white belts. That teaches you like pin escapes. So no matter how big somebody is, they can't hold you to the ground. Imagine being unpinnable. Okay? That's a real thing. If you don't think it is, have your husband pin you to the ladies.
Right.
If you think you can do anything you want, have your husband sit on top of you and pin your wrists to the ground, and you get out from under him. If you cannot get out from under him, you should probably come to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Interesting.
Because that's a very common move, and women get pinned down like that little. We call it the big brother pin.
Sure.
Yep, where your big brother holds you down. I can show you how to get out of that. I can make it so you never get pinned down like that. So the way Lucas has designed the structure, you have your little kids, you have your beginners, you have advanced classes, you have fundamental classes, you have foot sweeps, you have throws, you have striking, you have MMA wrestling. So you can do individuals or you put them all together, and when you put all of them together, now you're trained for every part of the fight.
Wow.
So Sophia's pretty much, it's no longer kids jiu-jitsu. It's like kids MMA.
Yeah.
We walked in there the other day, and that place was packed with little kids. Talking about Payette. One of the Payette's little nephew came in. They sent us a message. They're like, we've tried several sports. He can't be around people. Dude, that little kid came in. He had so much fun. I walked in. That place was packed. The music is blasted, and there's probably 20 little kids with boxing gloves on, smashing the. So Lucas did have to let Sophia know she can no longer bet on fights with the little kids inside the cage. So yeah, they can still fight. They just can't bet on it anymore.
Dylan Pilcher says that you pinned him down once, and he struggled to get out, but couldn't.
Yeah, I like it when they struggle.
Jesus, you really are something.
A snuggle with a struggle.
God. Patrick Lucy has a comment here. He says you need a serious haircut.
Yeah, I'm growing it out.
Oh God!
I'm
Please,
absolutely
show that again.
I'm absolutely growing it out.
God.
Yeah, baby.
Back to Giroux General Transport. They've got another CDL training course starting up April 28th, and classroom spots are already filling up very quickly, I'm told. So reserve your spot today. Call Tracy Haynes. Tell her you heard about us. You heard us talking about him on Aired Out, and give her a call, 279-3325. Find out everything you need to know about getting your CDL. If I could go back and do my life over, I'd get my CDL.
You know what we haven't even talked about that me and you have been talking about for like 3 weeks now?
Oh, Lord. What?
Donnybrook's investment, the new investment.
Are you letting that fly today?
I'm not going to say the name of the company.
Be careful. Go ahead.
I'm not going to say the name of the company. We've been in negotiations. Great people. They have decided to partner up with Donnybrook. We sent the contracts out for review, see if there's any changes that need to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But as it looks right now, it looks like they are going to invest $80,000 into our local promotion here. So, that should be happening. We sent the contracts. They said the payments should be coming through in a couple weeks. 2 weeks is. They gave us a date, I think April. I can't remember the exact date, April, that it was going to come through on a wire. So
damn fella.
Our plan. So what we're doing is we're building our digital platform. We're opening up a TV app. We're going to have a DBFP TV, just like your Netflix will be on Amazon, Apple, Roku TV. It'll be an app you can download on your tablet, your phone. And we are going to have
Don't say too much.
But we're going to have a 24-hour streaming on there. There will be podcasts. There'll be combat sports. There'll be other promotions on there. So the other thing, we are specifically looking for a UFC fighter to fight our champ, John Pena, for June 7th.
Oh, my God.
On there. I have a professional slap fighter for the co-main event.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, dude. So,
oh, my God.
Things are looking up. The other thing that we're going to start really, really pushing is helping Adam Lash and Green Mountain Wrestling promote their wrestling. They're not, we're in this together. There's plenty of.
I think that's fantastic. You're
Yeah,
doing that,
and
Rex.
most of our fans are all crossovers anyway. So
Good for you for doing it.
big things are coming on. The other thing that we, the construction side of it, we're also looking at another investor to bring affordable housing. We're looking for $1 million investment, and I think we've secured it. So once we secure the investment, then we're going to schedule to sit down. I met with Governor Scott at the my last show. He was really interested in speaking to me about the affordable housing because I believe that I could put houses out for $200,000 or less, and I can build communities. I absolutely 100%. I've done it, and I think I can continue to do it. But before we have
Good for
that
you,
serious
Rex.
sit down
Jesus,
with
man.
Governor Scott, we want to make sure that we secure the funding on the other end. So
Wow.
big things, man. We're always rocking and
Wow,
rolling.
dude.
Rocking and rolling, trying anyway.
I'm glad you're feeling
So
good.
hey, that's the other thing that goes through. If that investment comes through this summer, we're also going to be looking for permanent subcontractors, heating, electrical. Well, the heating will. We'll need a couple of them because it's going to be. We're going to need framers. We're going to need a lot of it. And it's going to be working locally because we'd like to. Our plan, and I don't even give a shit. I mean, there's no secret, but we're looking to buy a lot of acreage, either 100 acres, something like that, so that we can develop it. And I'm not talking about a trailer park. I'm talking about nice little communities, little houses, little custom homes, 700, 800, even 1,500 square feet, man.
When's the next time you're going to be sitting down with Phil to talk about this?
I am not even, I don't know. I'm not even going to schedule or ask for a meeting or anything until we secure
Okay.
the investment. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point until we have funding
Yeah.
secured.
Of course.
But I'm pretty confident in it. They're pretty excited. I've sent them over, what our market looks like for what our houses are selling for up here, what our rent is selling for, and we want to beat everybody else out. I want to smash these houses up and have them on the market for like a week or sold before we even have them done.
Rex, this is amazing. Will you please keep me in the loop on that? I know you will.
Yeah, of course.
Call me, whatever.
Yeah, the other thing, anybody looking for work for the spring, we just opened up our excavating division. So
driveways?
Yeah, we do driveways, culverts, all sorts of stuff. Call now, schedule it in, because everything's good. Like I said before, I've started taking deposits and ordering materials.
Okay.
And getting them delivered to the jobs immediately.
Right. Barslow Construction. Are you guys hiring for summer?
I'm not hiring right now.
Okay.
We may.
How booked up are you for jobs into the summer?
Man, we make shit happen. That's
Okay.
it doesn't. I get people calling all the because we have several different crews, we have a lot of jobs going on all at once, all the time. I have a couple houses going on and some remodels going right now. I'm building 2 houses. I'm in the process of that right now. Well, we're finishing up 2 houses.
I'm gonna put your number
remodels.
and your email in the comments right now for
Absolutely.
Barslow Construction.
Yeah.
Okay. If folks want an estimate,
My
or whatever,
phone number too. You can put my phone number up there.
249-3276.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's up there right now. Yeah, get on it. Go-to company in Central Vermont for everything. New window installation, roofing, flooring, kitchen, bathroom remodeling, siding, new construction. You guys are doing the siding on my house. You guys have just done.
Doing the siding on Bobby Bartlett's house. We got it all trimmed out. It's all insulated right now.
What you've done inside my home over the last couple of months during the winter.
I know,
is
we're supposed to be up there
unbelievable.
this weekend, but my guy's still hurt from that accident.
Mav
hasn't been in all week.
All right.
He's
But
still
you
busted
guys
up.
you guys put a whole new ceiling in my living room, in
of
my
course.
bathroom. You're painting. You guys are just.
JD looks at a piece of sheetrock and he's like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do. We need professionals in here." It's one piece of sheetrock, JD. You should hear him cry. He thinks that his whole house is falling down because a piece of sheetrock is falling down. You know it's true.
Let's talk about the Pro 170 MMA title fight.
Yeah.
On Saturday the 22nd.
Saturday the 22nd. Man, that's an exciting fight, ain't it?
Tell us about it.
So Ryan Sanders is the number 1 ranked middleweight fighter in the Northeast.
Big dude.
Yeah, man. He's fought in Bellator. He fought Michael Venom Page. He's 23-11. And he's going to fight for the DBFP title, the middleweight, professional middleweight title.
And his
opponent
is?
Local Granite City fighter, Chris Perot. Great family, great kid, solid work ethic, high-level wrestler, has been taking striking very seriously now for the 2-3 years. He's still undefeated, even as a professional. He went undefeated as an amateur. So, just a super humble guy.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, it's because they're both really good dudes. Ryan is super intellect. He's a very intelligent person. You know, so that's always scary as a fighter when they're a fighter and they're intelligent. You expect them just to be meatheads.
Yeah.
So when they're not, you're like, son of a bitch, this guy's gonna piece me apart.
Right.
Because they understand it as a science. Same thing with John Danaher when he teaches, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was he has like a PhD in engineering or something. So the guy, he's like legit genius. When he breaks down Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's crazy, the whole body mechanics of it.
Speckhart and McNeil.
Yeah. So that is crazy. So those two guys are going to fight. That's the number 1 contender fight, and they are going to fight for the 100. The winner of that is going to go on and fight for the 135-pound small glove ISKA New England title against Sergey Uskovich.
Kenny and I were talking about getting in the cage. And
Stubbs?
Beating the shit out of each other. Stubbs. Wow.
He said it. I didn't. Hey, Jay Smith is watching.
Yeah.
Ask him if he's coming to this show. He's not going to want to miss it. He's professional wrestling halftime show, man.
Jay, are you coming to the
Flying
show?
Ants, called The Colony. It's a Tornado Tag Team Championship. Like, this is awesome. You're getting professional wrestling. You're getting professional MMA. How could you, like...
When are you going to get serious? And
you can't even say it with a straight face. You're like trying to be serious, and you can't even.
when are you going to get serious and start your own Donnybrook Fight Promotions podcast right here?
Well, that's JD's lying. He's told I have to beg JD just to come down on Fridays, and then he brings up this stupid shit. But as soon as we leave, behind the scenes, he's like, "I don't want you doing that, but I have to save face and make myself look good." See how I spun that around on you?
If you didn't have that little innocent dog in your arms, I'd come over there and beat the shit.
Oh,
out
don't
of you
make
right
me
now.
sicker on you.
Don't even.
You'll start looking like Kenny with missing fingers and shit.
Did I ever tell you about the time when we had semi-pro wrestling up at the auditorium?
Yep, you didn't know when to stop running your mouth.
Years ago.
That big old boy beat the shit out of you, didn't he?
It was a promotion. Froggy was behind it, and I was just having fun. And I had...
But you forgot to tell the professional wrestler that...
I was going to be kicking it up a notch. He was the heavyweight champion out of Massachusetts, Pinnacle Paul Lombardi. Big Italian guy.
I know Max Lombardi.
This guy was huge.
So's Max.
I had him on the air, on the phone, on Froggy. And I was just goofing around. Like I goof around with you.
Right.
It was just talking shit about him and you know. he wasn't really laughing that much. Like you laugh, you know. If I threaten to beat the ass of Big Ed, he laughs. Well, this guy wasn't laughing.
Well, that's because he was probably deep into his cycle of Tran, Turnbull, and TRT. Those guys aren't really good at joking around when they're deep into those cycles.
So
I would have handed him. I would have been like, "Here's an anastrozole. You might want to get that estrogen down a little bit. It's making you angry."
They came up here and did this huge show. Harry Daniels was my walk-in
Harry Daniels
manager. He came in. He had his suit. You remember Harry Daniels? Harry Daniels. God damn it! You remember? Do you remember?
Yeah.
He came in. He walked in with me. He was all dressed up in a suit and everything, and I had on some blue jeans that were all cut up, the shorts and everything. It was a joke.
Right.
We were just having fun. So Pinnacle Paul Lombardi, he's all greased up, gets in the ring, and just joking. I'm just having fun. I'm an entertainer, Rex. I grabbed a metal chair, and I ran into the ring and
With a metal chair.
took a swing at him.
I'd have punched you in your face. What?
It was just a joke.
How the hell was he supposed to? You're supposed to. How was he supposed to know it was a joke?
Because it's called improv, Rex.
You should let the
I'm
person
having
know.
fun.
You should let the person know that you're gonna improv, though.
So he didn't like that. So we were just, we did our thing. We came up. We did a stare down. Of course, I was staring directly into
his crotch.
No, it was more like belly button,
Into his crotch.
navel region.
Crotch.
And, he's looking down at me and I'm going to destroy this fat little fuck. And
Swear jar right there.
he... Turn it on, whatever.
I'll show you how it works.
He turned around and started walking away from me. And I said, that's my opportunity to run and take a leap through the air and see if I can get up around his neck, which is the only thing I'd be able to hold on to because his waist was, he was a big dude.
Yep.
So I jumped as high as, this was 25 years ago.
Right.
I ran.
Back when you had your wings.
I had some wings. I jumped, I got him around the neck, and I had my right arm around his neck, and I took my legs, and I wrapped them around his waist.
Okay. Now I understand.
He didn't see me coming. He didn't know I was going to do this.
Okay, so
I'm laughing. I'm having
I bet you were
fun.
squeezing his neck, though, weren't you?
I was squeezing his neck because
Absolutely.
because he had fucking 10 pounds of Vaseline around him, and I'm trying to hold on, Rex.
No, dude, this happens all the time. White belts will get to your back, and they start, dude, nothing makes me more fucking mad than a guy coming in off the street. I'm trying to work with him. He gets to my back and tries to pull my fucking head off. It doesn't take a lot of strength to choke somebody. So whether you think like, oh, the guy's big and strong, you're really, that sucks to really crank on somebody's neck and have that. That's why he smashed you, because if you don't do something immediately, there's a good chance that they can choke you out. Especially if it's under the chin, whether they have training or not. But now you're telling me you had your legs wrapped around him.
Oh, yeah.
So you're extending his hips and extending his neck at the same time, even though he's a big guy. You're lucky he didn't kill you right then and there.
I'm going to show you a picture of him. I just found a picture of him.
Got it.
Here it is. Hold on. God damn it.
So I know it's a funny story, but that's really, like, I understand that. I get big guys all the time. They want to get, and I can hear them when they start pulling, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not staying here. Now what I have to do is I mount them, and take control so they can't hurt me.
Okay.
That sounded really gay, but that's jiu-jitsu.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a picture of this dude.
He
Yeah,
better have clothes on when you pop this on.
Watch your monitor here. Here we
I'm
go.
watching.
There he is. Right there. Can you see him? Yeah.
No, there's that stupid delay. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Oh, I'd have beat the brakes off him.
Oh, yeah, of course. So I was hanging on, and little did I know that he was running backwards, headed for the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
With me, and he put me into the turnbuckle, and
yeah, because you can't throw them from there. They have their hooks in,
yeah,
and you can't do a throw. Like you can't ip on them because they're already locked in. You have to either smash them, you have to undo their hands, and hopefully you don't go to sleep before that. You do not realize how fast that comes on, dude. You sink that around somebody's throat, and you sink that and you start to squeeze. Within 3 seconds, your eyes start to that tunnel vision starts.
I was just hanging on for the ride. I thought this was all part of.
I get that.
I thought we were just having fun here, and I was just like, "Oh, this is going to be fun." Put me into the turnbuckle, knocked me out. Next thing you know, I'm getting carted out of the auditorium, and up to Central Vermont Medical Center with a bruised sternum.
It's because you got a panic reaction out of him. Why would you make someone that big just panic? And see, this is what fuck around, find out. FAFO, right?
Randy says, "Champ is here."
The champ is here.
Anyway, yeah, it was.
So now you understand what happened. I didn't realize that you jumped on their back, on his back, but
Lesson
you will
learned.
Absolutely
Lesson learned.
get a panic reaction out of somebody if you do that. And you're strong. A lot of people don't realize, like, little JD's got some strength. It wouldn't take long to choke a big dude like that.
Tell everyone, because they won't believe. They won't. People won't.
Dude, where's that picture? Put up the picture of you in them white shorts.
Tell them.
Dad, you were like a professional bodybuilder or something back in the day.
No. Kenny was asking me about that yesterday.
I did. I told him to make you show him the picture of him in the white shorts.
I don't have it.
I
don't have it. I don't have it anymore.
Where did that go?
It's something. You know where? It's somewhere. It's somewhere in your pictures.
I would absolutely
see if I can find it.
I would change that to my profile picture. Can you imagine what your DMs would look like then?
I'm gonna find.
You could catfish so many people.
Got it. It was, I don't know, I was what?
20s?
Oh, God, younger than that, buddy.
Come on, really?
Oh, yeah.
You weren't any taller.
Thank you. I'm going to find it. I'll find it.
But you were still pretty compact.
I don't know where it is, buddy. I don't know where I sent it to you.
I don't either. I don't remember. It might have been MySpace. It's been that long.
It was a long time ago. Yeah. And you know what, Rex? I still have all of those muscles. It's just buried underneath all this shit. That's all. Yeah. Do you have it? Do you have the picture?
I am looking.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. Anyway. Shout out to FGB Theaters. Let's talk Capitol Theater. I've got a couple of great movies that are playing right now and this weekend. Nora, Captain America. Let's see. Novocaine, Rule Breakers. Coming soon. We got Amateur. We got Death of a Unicorn, Thunderbolts, and the Minecraft movie, April 4th. That gets released, and Lily's freaking about that.
Oh,
she
boy.
wants to
My kid's playing dig, 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 dig,
God,
dig, dig, dig.
know.
I hated that thing.
Paramount.
You know what I've been watching?
Tonight.
Yeah, what's playing at the Paramount tonight?
Day the Earth Blew Up and Mickey 17. What are you watching?
I won't be there tonight because tonight at 6 o'clock I teach Japanese jiu-jitsu. Yamake's Aiki jiu-jitsu. And if anybody is interested, go to 223 Churchill at 6 o'clock. All are welcome. It's heavy on throws, foot sweeps, and wrist locks, because these are great for fights. Because out on the pavement, throws suck even worse.
Yeah.
You can usually end the fight with a throw, a big dynamic throw, or even a foot sweep can end a fight really quick. But even if it doesn't end the fight, you end up on top.
Okay.
You're ending up in a dominant position. This is exactly the art that the samurais learned for the battlefield. This was
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yep, this was made for the battlefield. This has been tested for thousands of years on the battlefield.
That's cool as hell.
Every single self-defense art, whether it be Krav Maga, Hapkido, all originates from, well, it actually doesn't originate from Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, because Japanese Jiu-Jitsu isn't the oldest. You're going to go to the monks, the Chinese monks, because they're the ones that brought it over for the samurai to teach them open-hand fighting. They were already good with swords and bows, so it was the open-hand fighting that the monks brought them.
Couple of Vermont regional headlines before we skip.
Yeah.
Vermont police sergeant appeared in court yesterday morning for an arraignment after he was accused of hitting and killing a cyclist with his police cruiser last year.
Yeah. Yeah, don't take accountability. I mean, you're on video, on your phone, but absolutely. I mean, I get it. Whatever. Everybody.
He was playing a YouTube video.
Yeah. Yep.
3 a.m.
Unreal. I don't know, man. There's no accountability. What do you think of the government shutdown? This is fucking hilarious. So, you know what's funny is now the Democrats are backing down. They're like, we don't want a government shutdown. You want me to tell you why all those people are now like, well, maybe we'll let it go through? Because the only people really scared of a government shutdown is the government. They shut down before. They absolutely shut down before. And what happened was, I think it was like, whatever, when Reagan was there, I don't remember, they went 45, 50 days of a government shutdown.
Now they're saying that Senate Democrats maybe giving up fight.
Yeah, I know. You know why? Because after them days when Reagan shut that down and was like, all right, or not Reagan, but the Congress, they were like, screw it, we'll shut it down. They decided they weren't going to do it. Well, after 45 days, they realized the American people, there was very little effect on the average day person, that the government wasn't running.
Right.
So that really scared the shit out of them, because now people were realizing, like, what do we really need these people for? So then both of them came. They were like, okay, now Congress was scared, because both sides, right and left, was like, wait a minute. You've been telling us we need the government, but we've been running for 45 days and my life has not changed. That really scared the government.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, they came back in and they're like, maybe we should have a bipartisan appropriations bill.
Well, the last time it was shut down for 5 weeks.
Yes. Yep.
And it cost
45 days.
It cost the U.S. economy $40 billion.
Okay. How did it affect the average American middle-class person?
I understand what you're saying.
It fucking didn't.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that that's what the price tag was on this.
No, I get that. And I get that they're trying to scare the shit. That is more government propaganda. Like, look at last time you shut it down, it cost them $4. Who did it cost?
I know.
It didn't cost me shit when you shut down.
Right.
Not a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you're going to shut down and not take taxes out of my paycheck anymore? Oh, that's horrible. I get to keep all my money? Son of a bitch. I get that there's programs out there, but
Becky's saying it affected you if you're a federal worker.
Yes. My wife was a federal worker for 20 years. Yep. Absolutely.
So what is it supposed to shut down at midnight tonight?
Tonight.
I think Chuck Schumer's.
Dude, I think the Democrats are pussies.
He's going to do something here. It's not going to happen.
No, absolutely not. Look we saved you guys. You ain't saving shit. You're saving your own asses.
Speaking of the feds, federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to reinstate probationary workers let go in the mass firings across multiple agencies. Department of Veteran Affairs, Agriculture, Defense, Energy, and the Interior.
I see, and I don't understand the whole national parks
And the
thing,
Treasury.
because like the national parks has what is it? I can't remember. The national parks was like a $3 billion budget, but they bring in $5.5 billion in revenue.
Trump doesn't like anybody, any judge or anyone telling him what to do. I'm just saying.
Huh.
This judge,
People are starting to see that.
this judge is out of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Filed a lawsuit.
Yep.
By
So,
a
but that was the
by a
whole-
coalition of labor unions.
This is the problem, man. Our government, our whole system, the federal government is a service-based system. It was never made for a profit. It was always made to provide a service for the people that pay taxes. That's what it is. Now what they're doing is they are trying to negate federal departments, privatize them, and turn them for a for-profit. What does that do to your service? Well, I'll tell you what it does to your service if you don't look at privatized prisons.
Look at the possibility that the United States Postal Service might be privatized.
It's not made to turn a profit. It's to provide a service for the majority of the people in the United States. That's what it's for. That's you are trying to change a system to a business, and this is not a business. It's a service industry. That's what we do. We provide the service. So I don't know.
The New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision is ramping up its efforts to hire new officers after more than 2,000 state prison correction officers were fired for participating in that strike.
Like I said, man, if you think privatization of our entire federal government is a good thing, just start looking at private health care. And if you're rich, guess you don't give a fuck. If you can buy a really good lawyer and never have to spend any time in jail, as long as you have the money to stay out of jail, that's all it really takes. But those of us that don't and have ever been to a private prison and seen the high carb, high fat diets that they put them on, they try to kill them people. It's the absolute worst conditions. We have the most amount of people in fucking prison in the entire world.
I was watching a documentary.
Stupid.
I was watching a documentary last night on Gitmo. Holy shit.
Yeah, they want to open that back up, start moving people down there. They want to open up El Salvador. Just the crazy chaos right now is fucking stupid. It's like a 2-year-old is running shit right now. Well, so what it is he's reactionary. That's what it really is. He didn't have a plan, doesn't have he has a concept of a plan or whatever it is. But you'll notice everything so I said this the other day, and some people didn't catch on to what I was saying. When we teach self-defense, action is faster than reaction, meaning I can punch you in the face probably faster than you can bring your hands up from your waist to block it.
Yeah.
Okay. We never want to be, when it comes to life, when it comes to dealing with business, you never want to be reactionary. Reactionary gets you in trouble. So he takes populist things and reacts to them. Well, somebody just came up and whispered that Canada's fucking us over for whatever reason, without looking at the whole big picture, the whole trade, the whole everything. Or Ukraine's fucking us over. It's about the money. So I'll put 100% tariff on. Watch the markets drop. Boom, boom. He doesn't care. It doesn't affect him. Well, you guys are going to have to live a painful life for a little while. Doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or fucking form. So, but everything's a reaction. Okay, 100% tariff. Oh, markets crash. Okay, I'm going to take the tariff back off. Hopefully that'll make the markets. Okay, markets comes back up. Now I'm putting another tariff back on. I'm taking it back off. It's just a volatile, and the whole time that this volatile reactionary shit is going on, what do you have? you have rich people buying up. What do they call it? A bull market. Everything's dropping off. So, well, me and you are people, their homes are being foreclosed on. Interest rates are through the roof. Prices. We're trying to figure that shit out, trying to figure out how to pay that. These guys are figuring out how to buy our land, buy our homes, buy everything they can for pennies on the dollar. Like, it's almost like America's up on a fire sale right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me. I've had to, like, I really backed off of, I'll talk about politics on here, but I've really been trying to back off because what bothered me the most was I made a comment and it was reactionary. You know, I make my reactionary and I got to stop reacting to it. That if you want to be dumb and this is what you want running the country, I'm going to keep making ammo. I'm going to raise chickens, but we're heading to a fucking head, man. And I'm going to continue to talk about it. But someone said something online. They said, oh, they didn't know me. And they're like, oh, you're that guy that just argues with everybody online. I was like, fuck. I don't want to be that guy. I don't. I don't. I'm very, very passionate. I fought for this country. I don't feel like we're in the right direction. I really don't. I feel like the oligarchs and the billionaires have taken over, and the rest of us are forced to bend over and just take it. And it's the gloating, the go fuck yourself. You got to do this. You know, what it was the whole thing with Ukraine. I have a personal investment into Ukraine myself. So watching people that couldn't even pass basic science, math, argue geopolitical stances in the fucking world because they watched a TikTok, and I catch myself arguing. I'm like, why am I arguing these people? They've never left the city of fucking Barre. They don't know JD Vance. I watched it on a video. Fuck you. Go there. You want to see the video I watched? So at the beginning of this war, there was a group of us. We were all together. I think there was 10 of us that were in the group. We were in an encrypted chat. There was a private contractor. There was myself, a guy from FBI hostage rescue, 2 Navy SEALs. There was a special forces guy. Then there was somebody else. I'm going to just say an unnamed government person. Okay. So we were making logistics. We were supposed to go. My wife was livid. She was so fucking mad. We were going to go to Ukraine to set up a forward operating base just across the border in Poland because we were evacuating civilians that got caught in the war, women, children, out of there. And so it started with us going. We were supposed to go. First thing we were going to do is we were going to go to New York City. There was a shoot house down there, and we were going to go down. They told us we could go down there, qualify with weapons, stuff like that. Make sure, just get some close quarter combat refresher stuff in, get that going. But we weren't supposed to have contact with the Russians. We had interactive battle lines where we could try to coordinate logistically how to get through the lines with little to no contact with the Russians, because their Russian lines, it was spread apart. It wasn't a solid line. There was places to get through, especially in onesies and twosies. You weren't going to drive tanks through, but you could get through. So then things started getting really, really sketchy because we weren't going to be combatants, because a combatant over there, you could lose your passport. You could be considered a mercenary and lose your citizenship to the United States. So that was the first red flag. I was like, So we agreed if there was any contact with Russian troops, it was only to escape and evade and get people to safety. That was it. Then we were supposed to bring our own kits, our own weapons. Then they told us we couldn't. Poland didn't want us bringing them into there. And then it changed from, okay, well, Poland's going to give you weapons. And then it was, you got to cross the border. I was like, this is not Call of Duty, motherfucker. I am not going into a war zone and trying to pick up weapons on my way. They're like, oh, no, they're everywhere. I was like, I get it. I'm just not doing this. But they asked us, they were like, the T-72 tanks. He's like, you don't even got to hit them things. They break down on their own. But if on your way out you could sabotage a few of their scamps, they're like a tow truck. He's like, that would really slow down their progress, yada yada. I was like, absolutely not. I am not targeting anything Russian whatsoever. We're there strictly to get civilians out. So, long story short, things got super sketchy. And I remember talking to one of the guys in the group, and I was like, hey man, have you ever dealt with these people? And he's like, no, I'm really excited. I was like, man, I worked with these people in Central America. This is not going to go the way you think it is. I was like, you're going to get over there, you're going to lose your passport, and you're going to have to do favors for these people in order to get your passport back. And he's like, no, it isn't like that. I was like, can you guarantee me to come back in 3 weeks? I'm more than willing to help set up the operating base, find the lines through, help recon, stuff like that. But I can't stay there. I have a business, I have family, I have stuff like that. But I really want to help. I really feel bad for these people. Because we're in the encrypted chat. We're getting the addresses to send a team. So I decided to stay back. The team went on the ground there, and we would get addresses. We would send them through. We would locate the address where it was in the country, and then the team try to find the best route. We had logistic people to try to find their best routes to get there. I focused on logistics of first aid. I sent out 300 pallets of first aid out of my shop in Williamstown. I did that, and that came from out of state. I didn't do that locally. A lot of people didn't even know that we were doing that, but that was just something that we did. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm watching the news. Those guys that were in the chat, the main guy that was running it all, stole $2 million, and those guys are still stuck there. Did I dodge a fucking bullet there?
Jesus, you dodged one.
So, I still on my phone, I have pictures of the guys that are, I know guys that are there. I've got pictures. J.D. Vance's cousin was there. He was a Marine. He fought over there. And so that's why this is why I had to get away from the online. I am not going to argue with somebody online that's never left, the outskirts of Barre City or Northfield, barely graduated high school with a fucking F or D average. Yep. Never fought for your country, but willing to start a civil war. I can't argue with you people. Yeah. You've never done nothing. You've never you've never done anything. All you've done is bitch online about how the world sucks, how everybody's a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Yep. But you're not running for office. You're not doing anything to make it better. You don't have a better plan. You just, and I can't, man. I get sucked into that. Yep. I really, really do. And I just emotionally, I don't want to deal with it. I don't.
I get it.
So that's why, same thing with the immigration. I lived in Central America. I lived with those people. So I have a different perspective. I have a different response for that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I just don't take words at face value. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that we stopped doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody says, well, do your fucking research. Okay. Perfect. Let's do our research. Anybody that's ever done a college course or been to college, and you have to hand in a paper. Down at the bottom of the paper, you have to list your sources.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine if I handed in a paper saying, let me just go for example. I'll go right down through. I'm going to do a paper and I'm going to say, I saved you trillions of dollars. Source, Twitter account. What would they do for that paper?
Flag you.
You would fucking fail.
Big F.
Right? So that's what you get. You get these people that are like, but Elon put this on the Twitter account and said this. Okay, I get that. And if you want to believe it at face value, I don't. On the same note, nobody believed what Biden would say at face value. There had to be all sorts of proof and everything else. So when it comes to one side or the other, you have people that only want to research. Well, they call it research. It's not really. They're just trying to win an argument.
Yeah.
They're not really want it. They don't want to find the truth. They don't want to know. They don't want to hear a different perspective.
Sure.
They just want to win an argument.
Yeah.
So, do you want to find the truth or you want to win an argument?
Yeah.
It's the same thing that I tell the kids, in our jiu-jitsu. When you learn jiu-jitsu or MMA and you can defend yourself, don't use that to win an argument.
Josh just wrote, step 1 to any issue is to identify the issue. Step 2 is to offer a solution. Around here, step 1 is skipped.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, man. Too many political science majors out there right now.
Yeah.
Focus on your community.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What are you doing in your community?
Absolutely.
You want to talk shit and everything else and all this other, like you're so worried about. So this was a statistic I looked up and because I hate the whole dog whistle thing. Let's get an emotional response out of our base, get them riled up, and so the trans athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh God.
First of all,
here we go.
hey, I know that man. That's Wayne Breer. He's one of the best concrete guys in the business. Good dude too. So first of all, I don't agree with them in the sport in sports. Okay, that's my own personal belief. Okay, I believe it's a state's issue. If your state doesn't want to have it, it's way easier to convince your state not to do it than it is the federal government. So there was a big thing. They're like, the Democrats don't care about fucking women and because they voted down this note. No, that's a stupid bill. Why is this being brought up on the federal government side? I was like, this must be a huge issue that affects millions of people. Obviously, I mean, you would expect if the federal government's going to bring up an issue, it's going to affect a large swath of people. Like, you would expect that, right? If you're going to warrant millions of dollars in taxpayer money to go and bring up an issue and address the issue and make laws and stuff like that, it should. So I had to look it up. I was like, man, this is going to ruin everybody's life. I need to figure out why. Why is the federal government bringing up this issue? So I looked it up. The first thing I looked up was how many high school and college athletes, men, women, everything. There's 500,000 athletes in the United States. Is this a fact everybody can agree on? I don't know. I looked it up. That's just what they said. They said about 500,000 athletes in the United States. So then I looked up how many trans athletes compete. Take a wild guess at what that number was.
Please, I wouldn't even.
In order to gain the federal government's attention to create a fucking law to ban it, what would you put out in a number? There's 500 out of 500,000 athletes. How many of them are trans athletes that would warrant that kind of attention?
3,500.
You know what? That'd be a good fucking number. It's a little lower than that though.
Okay.
It's less than 10. So less than 10 in the whole United States. Dog whistle. Got you going, didn't it? They create this like it's an enormous problem. But millions of people on poverty, millions of people losing services, millions of people struggling, way less important for our federal government now.
Right.
Come on.
What is there,
So-
like 12 states that have adopted laws?
Good for them. That's their
I-
fucking
I-
state. They
I
can do
think
whatever
it
they
is.
want.
I think it's about a dozen. I could be totally wrong.
And that's what, I mean, that's what one side was. It's like all states' rights, abortion, states' rights. But all of a sudden, when it comes to the 10 transgender athletes, this is a federal issue. So you see where I'm going with this? We're creating mountains out of molehills to get an emotional reactionary response. So when I try to explain this online, I got screamed at for being a piece of shit and not respecting women's rights, and that I hated all women because I didn't agree that it warranted federal attention.
Yeah.
I can think of a lot more things, like what happens when our allies stop sharing intelligence with us. Those simple things, like what, like us voting with dictators around the world at the UN Assembly. The world is changing, man.
I'm trying to find something that I posted that I can't find now. Damn it. I'll find it. And I'll post it up at some point.
Becky, I agree that may be what they identify with, but until there's another statistic out there, so that's the other thing is what we were just talking about. If you have some sort of statistic or something to back up that there's more than just those 10, I'm an open mind. That's what a debate is really about, is being able to say, hey, wait a minute, your statistic says this, my statistic says this. So now we're like, okay, we have two statistics that are differing. Okay?
Yeah.
Now let's look at their sources. How did they come to those conclusions?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to further it. You can't just say something, and not trying to be a dick to Becky or anything like that. I'm just, we never read past the headlines. You know what I mean? I love to read a sensational headline, but that's why they're headlines. It's to catch your attention. But if you don't read further into it, a lot of times the headlines don't match up to what's in the body.
Before we skip out of here this morning, I want to mention that Mark Tatro.
Yeah, Mark.
Tatro's Appliances, one of my supporting sponsors.
Oh, nice.
Is giving away a mini fridge, a mini beverage cooler. And we got some pictures of it. We put it up on Facebook yesterday. And all we're saying is we're going to give it away on the 19th. All you have to do is comment, thank you, Tatros.
Nice.
And share it to enter to win. That's all you have to do. So we've got a huge response on this. 46 shares so far, 52 comments.
Nice.
Make sure you do that. Just like it, comment, and share to enter to win. And we're going to give it away live on the air March 19th. Also want to say that you know what this coming Monday is. It's St. Paddy's Day. And we've got the 9th annual St. Patrick's Day breakfast honoring Kim Balduck from Balduck Metal Recycling. It's right there on the screen in front of you. If you look down, it is Monday at the Barre Elks Lodge. It starts at 8 a.m. sharp. So we ask you to get there at around 7:30 if you're already registered for this, and just enjoy a great meal and a little bit of light roasting of Kim Balduck, maybe even some heavy roasting. I don't know. But it's going to be a good time, and you're going to have a great breakfast. So we'll see you there.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great.
Sunday, and don't forget.
Yeah.
Elks Club also. Elks Club's doing a lot of stuff for the community.
Yes.
Good for them.
Very busy place.
Because those clubs, those clubs, it's hard. I used to run the Moose Club up there, and it's tough because the young kids aren't getting involved like the old people. There was nothing to do, so all the old men, they'd go to the Moose Club, they'd drink, play their pinochle and all that stuff.
Sure.
But,
yeah, right.
Kids want to play video games. So I know a lot of clubs like that have been trying to revamp their whole.
Yeah.
The Moose at one point was going through starting. They were like smart bars.
Yeah,
where people would come in with tablets and all that. So yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, this Sunday is the the Green Mountain Professional Wrestling there
On
at the
Sunday.
Elks Club.
What time's that start?
Doors open at 1, fights start at 2.
Okay.
And remember, keep your receipt.
Yeah.
You can use it the following Saturday at Donnybrook Fight Promotions up at the Barre Auditorium, and you'll get 50% off at the door. You
That's
can buy a
crazy,
general admission
dude.
ticket for $25
Wow.
if you go support the wrestlers this Sunday
Yeah.
at the Barre Elks.
And that's like a $15 ticket.
Yeah.
I think that's great, dude.
$5 for kids. Come on.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in here.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
I still have so much that I want to talk with you about. It's just
I know. I'm glad I'm still here, and Kenny didn't steal my spot.
Hey, you remember how it took me 20 years of begging the state to put a guardrail in front of my house?
Oh my God, yeah.
20 years. They finally put the guardrail up in I think it was November.
How long did it last?
3 nights ago. I had my first customer.
JD,
Right into it. I mean,
this is
hard.
not a good selling point for your home.
I'm sorry. I'm
If
just.
look at you. Why would you do? You're like, I'd like to sell my home. Did I tell you how many cars smash into that thing? It's a great opportunity for somebody to raise a family.
Have a fantastic weekend, everyone.
I got to teach you how to do sales, man.
Well,
that is not the way to do it.
Talk to you soon.